Selling property, agent says fee is 7. Hey all, would appreciate some advice. I am preparing to sell some land in Michigan. Pretty decent acreage of vacant land. I'm speaking with a real estate agent now, getting all of the details. And she's telling me that her fee is 4 and should there be a buyer's agent, they will make 3, all to be paid by the seller. My question is, after reading that usual commission combined is between 5-6, why is hers so high? Should I negotiate this? Edit, just wanted to say thanks. There's been a lot of really great advice in here and I appreciate it. Some agents try to charge more for vacant land and commercial properties. You can ask them to take less. They can either say yes or no. You can either go with them or someone else. Their rate is negotiable. If the agent won't lower her fee, call some other agents. I don't really know what the typical rate is in your area, but land tends to have a higher commission rate. Don't ask me to make it make sense. I can't. Raw land was once customarily a 10 commission. 10 is common around here for raw land. It's harder to sell. A lot harder. There's not a house to secure the note, so usually requires more cash down. 20. Land and mobile homes are usually a higher commission rate. I've seen up to 10 on land and 15 on mobiles at low price points to make it worth the time. I have zero knowledge about this, but it kind of makes sense that it would be a higher commission. There are less tangibles to work with, like a photogenic house, and buyers of land are probably harder to find and make the sales cycle longer than a typical property sale. Land is harder to sell, and tends to be less expensive, and falls out more, all around more work. And you need somebody who knows the pitfalls of the area. Land is a pain to deal with. So many questions from the buyer, so it can take a lot of time. The buyer usually tries to get you to do all the legwork for pre-construction for them. Sell it yourself for 0. One would hope you would want to engage a realtor that will secure you the most money for the property and ultimately netting you the most in the quickest period of time. Also, is she telling you that absent a buyer's broker you will only have to pay 4 because she's procured the buyer? If that's the case, that sounds very reasonable. Pay nothing and list it with something like HomeCoin. 7 is a fucking disgrace. Land usually has a higher commission BC, it's harder to sell and lower price. You don't need an agent to list it or show it. Just pay a discount agent several hundred to put it on the MLS. Interview others. I charge a total of 3. All I am saying is you can AMD should negotiate. 7 is ridiculous. I would post it for sale by owner if I were you. Realtors are a joke. 'Cause your property will be a pain in her neck for ages until it sells. Just put it up with a mere MLS listing. People looking for land will find it. You'll still pay the buyer's fee. What would you use an agent on vacant land? Why in the hell would you involve a realtor? To get on the MLS? Just list it on Redfin, Craigslist, and Zillow for sale. Shop around. Negotiate. If they won't accept the rate you want, find someone else. No reason to go above market commission. I get that they need to make some money, but it's vacant land. It's not like they need to be present for an open house or show the property. They're there for an MLS listing. I'd look into one of the online listing sites and try that for a month or 2. That's absurd. Shop it around and see what fees others are asking. Lots of realtors looking for work these days. After I got hit with this selling the first time, I vowed to myself to put my limit in the offer. Contact. I refused to pay more for the seller's agent than my agent. Shop around, I was able to find someone for 1. Tell the agent to go fuck themselves. It's negotiable and realtors are starving for work. You will set the price. There are plenty of realtors that will take less for the listing. No clue why it's the high, so maybe ask her why on that. Typically I see 5-6, so that's high. That G-Wagon isn't going to pay for itself. Pony up that 7. Buyers have agents. You can try selling yourself first and saving that 4. I would offer buyers agents too while selling yourself and post it on Zillow and FB. This is what I did when selling my land home. Up to you of course, but this worked for me and found my buyers in less than a week. Commission rates are always negotiable, or you can try to sell it yourself RFSBO. That percentage is negotiable. Ask her if she's willing to take a lower percentage. Better yet, fire her and use a flat commission agent from a company like Redfin. Crooks, they do near to nothing to earn close to that. Should be a flat fee. What matters is what you net, not what you pay. Ask them for their stats and what makes them better than cheaper realtors. Then make a decision. Look for a discount or fixed price realtor. The whole commission in real estate business is ridiculous. It's no different than restaurant tips. Effort to serve $40 wine versus $400 wine is the same. I would tell her to go fuck herself and find someone better. No way. I would absolutely negotiate unless there are some outside the box challenges regarding this property. I wouldn't go higher than 5. I know most realtors charge a higher commission for vacant land, but that doesn't mean you have to agree, especially if it is a larger and more valuable parcel of land. Where I live, most places charge 5. Some places have started 6 on the first 100K and then 4 on the rest. 7 is high for what I am used to paying on my properties. But I have only ever bought land private, so maybe that commands a higher commission. There are thousands of agents in your state twiddling their thumbs who would very gladly accept less. I've sold land a few times. The highest I've paid is 5, with a couple being 4. Then again, I've been just as successful with FSBO for land as with a realtor. So why MMV? Is it huntable land? Put up a sign during deer season and it'll be sold before the end of the season. Good. Private hunting land is always somewhat in demand. Yeah, fuck all that noise. Tell your realtor to shove it up their asshole. Go find an attorney. You'll pay a flat fee and have the ability to get legal advice if you need it. Realtors are scumbags. They think they just get to come in and they're entitled to get 6 or 7 or whatever else they think % of your biggest investment in life. Screw realtors. Tell her the fee is too high and you're finding someone else. When she tries to negotiate, you stop responding. Greedy ass bitch needs to be put in her place. That's reasonable for lots in my experience. When I was a realtor in Utah, the commission for land was 10. Next. Offer an hourly rate for time spent marketing the property and tell them to invoice you with descriptions of time spent. Depends on what price you are going to try to sell it for. I wouldn't go more than 6 though. Sounds like your agent wants a bigger cut for themselves. If the land is decent and the price is reasonable for the area, it will sell fast in today's market. For land, just say no, you're getting 6 total and that's that. You have options. Tell agent they get 4 if they are able to sell it at XX value. Otherwise 3. Lol. It would depend significantly on the size of the transaction. Whether the lot is big or small. The effort required to sell it is same. I had a land agent tell me 10 for my 80 acres in Colorado. That was 2 years ago. What are others charging?